Welcome to Common Pitfalls. Today we're going to talk about instructors that don't ask questions. So this can happen in lots of different settings. First off, in the modules. Make sure that you're really listening and paying attention. Writing things down is very important so you have something to go back and refer to. But it's also really important to assess and assimilate the information to the point where you can actually ask an intelligent question that is reflection of what you don't understand. So make sure that if you're not asking any questions, that you're really understanding and digesting the information enough. Also, when you're doing observation hours in particular, it's very important to ask questions. Not during the session, of course, but you want to write the questions down and ask a teacher, preferably the one that actually taught the lesson, later. When they're away from clients and they've got a free second, be very kind and respectful about their time when you do this, but you want to ask them. You could also ask myself. I am more than happy to take situations that you have seen and give you my thoughts on it. Again, whether you're at our studio or someone else's studio, that's fine. Just make sure you keep all the context that the question has to do with. What were the spring settings? What had they done before, after? Were there any issues? That kind of thing. But it's really important to get your questions answered. And I would actually argue that you might want to ask the question of several people to get, different perspectives on things. Now, if you're asking questions, you want to make sure that you're asking the right person. So asking teacher trainers or experienced instructors is important. If you're asking your questions and you're feeling kind of sheepish about having to ask them, and so you don't want to impose on anyone, a lot of times people go to other people in training. If they're in training, do they necessarily know the answer? Not necessarily. So watch out who you ask the questions of and make sure you get accurate and intelligent responses. And that's one of the things that we have built into the P3 program, that you have access to me to ask questions anytime. Every week we have time to go over those questions, so I highly encourage you to take advantage of it, because that's a huge resource that a lot of instructors don't take advantage of enough. And that can be a huge pitfall in terms of their progress.